doing well. I'm gonna share some good news with you. So over the weekend, I won a car. No joke. Over the weekend, I did win a car. Uh, Man, it's been truly a blessing just to be able to move and to breathe and to be in the now, to be active. Because working in the medical field and seeing that there are many who wish they could move a limb and who wish they could get out of bed. So definitely I'm blessed. So we're going to get right into this today. So today we're talking about the ancestors. We're talking about having and dealing and talking with those who have moved on, transferred. Uh, when you say transfer, what does that look like? What does that mean? That is simply to say our loved ones, our ancestors, those whose DNA runs through our very being, our essence, they still exist. And you may ask me, well, how do you figure that those who have passed on still exist? Well, I would tell you this. Every culture on this planet believes that. Uh, and I would say that most of us who family genealogy can be traced through the slave trade, our identity, our religion or our faith, our beliefs, our name, everything has been destroyed. All of that, all of it has been destroyed. And I say that because we know that to be a fact. This is not an illusion. This is not something where you can say maybe, possibly. No, we know that those things took place. And today we're going to talk about the ancestors. And the reason we're going to talk about the ancestors is because I believe as an individual, as a especially as a Freemason, as you get into the esoteric side of Freemasonry, you begin to enjoy that. You need to have an understanding of what you are involved in. You need to have an understanding of things that you deal with and things that you see, things that can't be necessarily explained. And my own relationship and having an altar in my home and having, how I want to put that, and being able to communicate and have that relationship with those who have gone on. This is something that we need to develop. We need that. We who are here in America, those African Americans for the most part, we don't have that. Here in California, greetings, all who are coming on, greetings. Here in California, especially down in Tijuana, and here they have what you call a Day of the Dead. During Halloween, this is when those Hispanic brothers and sisters, Latino brothers and sisters from Panama, different places, they celebrate their ancestors, those who have gone. They celebrate what you call Day of the Dead. They have that day. Man, the cemetery is lit up. I mean, it is gorgeous. You go through the cemetery, it's like a parade. I'm just saying that they pay respect and homage to their ancestors. This is something that I believe that we need to really get into to begin to develop that relationship. If you notice anything about our native brothers and sisters, they're very close to nature. They believe in the ancestors protected them and guiding them. And this is something that we who are African Americans, those who've been brought over and stripped of everything that was theirs, this is something that we need to get back to. I mean, we was taught about Christianity, and we're taught to pray to a gentleman deity by the name of Jesus, who most of us have never met, never seen, don't have a clue of how he looks other than that which has been written in the Bible. However, you know how your mom looked if she's gone, your dad, your brothers or your sisters, your aunts, your uncles. You know how they look. You know things about them. And yet you are afraid to speak to them as if they're still living. And see, this is the craziest thing. And this is what I love about the Nation of Islam, is that they talk about Elijah Muhammad as if he's on site, if he's present now. They always give homage to him. And I've often peeked that. I often wondered, wow, they always say Master Elijah Muhammad as far as him being their teacher. And then they pronounce the Honorable Louis Farrakhan. And I often wondered, how is that? And why they do that as if this man is still alive. And it's so prevalent. And this is what we need to do in regards to our relatives and families and friends. Talk to them like if they're in the flesh, like if they're here right now. And trust me, when you begin to develop that relationship and open up that portal to begin to talk with them and walk with them, it's a different aspect. Most of us are afraid to do it. Most of us are like, oh, hell no, I'm not doing that. But you'll talk to Jesus. You'll talk to him. You'll tell him all about your sorrows. And why can't you tell your mother or your father or your uncles all about your sorrows, those things that are going on in your life? Why can't you ask them for favors? You know, why can't you do that? You do Jesus like that, but you can't ask favor from a mother who can deliver. Your father, and that's the essence of knowing exactly who you are and the power you possess when you begin to develop that relationship with your ancestors. They do that in Louisiana also. Oh man, I'm telling you. And when you are able to develop that relationship with your ancestors, let me tell you, it's beautiful. I have an altar in my home, and I take time out. I have a bowl with fruit and things like that, and I burn my incense, and I purify, and I do all. I have my own ritual that I do before I go in to speak with them and ask them, hey, this is some things I need here. You know, I have some offerings that I give. There's a whole thing that you can do, and you can, if you want more information, there's more information out there on how to do these things. But in my journey, I've developed a way for me to feel comfortable in dealing and talking with my ancestors, and it works for me, and I guarantee you it will work for you. The process is, most of us are afraid. We think it's some spooky stuff, and it's not. It is not spooky. Look, working in the medical field, any doctor can tell you, your energy, your whole being, your whole essence is energy. It transforms. It doesn't just die and decay. This body does, but this thing in you, this ruah, that's the air that you breathe, is energy. This is why in the hospital, like today, we had a couple of codes, right? And we shock the person. You go, pow, you shock them. That's electrical current going through his body or her body to jumpstart that heart. That's what it does. You are made of energy. You just don't die and no longer exist, brothers and sisters. You die and move on. And you're able to, my ancestors are able to assist me along this journey in my life. But this is something that was not taught by my mom, my fathers and sisters and brothers. This is something I developed along the way with some of the brothers in the craft. I learned it from them. I wasn't afraid to be able to sit up an altar and begin to set up my own ritual in which I do and talk with my mother who's gone, and my sister who's just recently passed away, and my brother who just, I've had some death in my family. But they are near and dear to me every day. It's easy for me to call their name as if they're still here and ask of them to do favors for me, to watch over my grandkids, to watch over my family, to protect me. See, most of you think some angels out of nowhere that you never met before protects you. No, it's those who knew you. It's those who have touched your life. It's those who have come through and now they are transformed and moved on. It's those who watch over you, brothers and sisters. It is those ancestors. It's those uncles and nieces or whomever in your life that has touched you, who have moved on. They are the ones that watch over you. They're the ones that the Creator sends out to do his bidding. See? And I tell you something else. When a person begins to leave this dimension and begin to cross over, You see them call upon those who are already gone. You see that. When a person begins to leave here and you've in the room with them, man, they call on mom or dad or their sisters or whomever who's already gone. You know why? Because they begin to see them. You know, Floyd George, or George Floyd, the brother who was killed a year or so ago by that police officer. When he was dying, who did he call? He called his mom. He called his mom. And we have to realize that those who have gone on, those who resided and those who are in our life, they still there. They're still there. We're just too afraid to call them. That's something we have to get over. We gotta remove the boogeyman psychological mess up in our head, the boogeyman. Remove that and begin to develop that relationship with your ancestors. In Freemasonry, when you go through the different portals and different degree work, greetings and peace. Thank you, I appreciate that. In Freemasonry, when you begin to go through the different degree work, every degree work in Freemasonry is going to teach you about death. Every last one of them. Every last degree in Freemasonry is about death, period. It's about a reflection. It's about moving forward. It's about transforming. Now, some of you may not ever get the experience of every initiation, and that's cool. But if you are obligated, if you are somewhat brought into the degree work, go back and read it. Go back and read that degree work, and I'll guarantee you some of it'll make you think. So I'm not gonna sit here and lie. You know, well, hell, a lot of it make you think. That's the truth. But in doing that, and you reread your obligations and those things that you said you would and wouldn't do along this journey, you're gonna have a better understanding of why it's important to develop that relationship with those ancestors who are gone, with those who have touched your life and left their footprints in the sands of your life. You know, that's the essence. That's the beauty of it all. We can say whatever we want to say, but man, let me tell you, getting in touch with your ancestors and being able to hold that conversation with them as if they are here and they are present, it's freaking amazing. This is what made our native brothers and sisters so fearful and so powerful, because they was able to tap into that energy of the ancestors. You know, they had their ritual that they would do before they went into battle, and they felt that their ancestors was there with them. That made them fearless. And this is a thing we have to start developing as African Americans, getting in touch with your ancestors. Getting in touch with those who have laid a foundation for you to move forward and stand upon. Most of us are too afraid to do it. Scared to death. I mean, I ain't talking to no dead people, but you talk to Jesus. Explain that. You know, but you ain't talking to no dead people. No dead folks. Man, I talk to my mom. I talk to my great-great-grandmother. I talk to my great-grandfather. Man, I talk to them like I'm talking to you. I tell them about my sorrows. I tell them about things I need here, you know, and I send greetings and I send blessings their way. I wake up, I say good morning to the ancestors. I try to be in tune with what's happening with me, in me, you know, because they are my protection. They are my angels. And when you begin to see your family and your ancestors, it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. And like I said before, set you up an altar, a place where you can go and meditate, have that quiet moment, and begin to resonate that energy within yourself. And I'll tell you what, when you're able to raise that vibration, that energy in you, when you're able to raise that up, I'm just saying my life is different because of that. For me, being able to have that communications with my ancestors, those who've gone before me, who laid the foundation that I stand on right now, And understanding that, this is why the Bible tells you, and the Bible is coded, brothers and sisters. Let me tell you, that thing is so coded, it's cold. It's cold, it's so coded. So when the Bible says to train a child in the way that he or she must go and he would not flee from it, it is not to train them in anything in specific, but once you notice the 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 talents that that kid has, you invest in that child's talents and train them. They'll never flee from it. They'll never turn away from it because that's in them. That's in them. This is why it's important that, yes, you must remember your Creator in the days of thy youth before the evil days come. What are the evil days? Those evil days are those days when you become a man and leave your mother's and father's home. And you're going to learn that this world does not give a damn about you. Those are evil days. Those are evil days. And then it goes on to tell you, even with that being said, the things that are going to happen to you as you grow older. You know, your eyes are going to become dim. This thing here is going to become gray. The ears are going to become numb. Your teeth are going to, grinders are going to fall out. You're going to be afraid of heights. You're going to be afraid to go out your doors when night comes. That's why most older people, they don't come outside at night. They come outside in the day. They rise early, go to bed late. They rise early and then they go to bed later. And those things are absolutely true. You got to realize that a sun, S-U-N, exists within inside of you. And when you understand that, you know, man, this thing can go so deep. It is just freaking unreal. It is just amazing when you are able to discover the energy that you're able to put out. You know, I'm gonna share this with you. This is so funny. My wife often tell me that you're just hot all the time, and I couldn't figure it out. But as I began to dabble and as I began to really get into the esoteric side of things in life, I realized that, hey, this was the thing. This was the thing. That's my son. I'm gonna call him right back. That was the thing for me. That was the thing for me. And why I was so hot. I understood why my level of energy was so high. You know, I talked to my mom and dad and and my big mom. Oh yeah, for sure. You know, oh yeah, absolutely. A dog, an animal can smell when a person is sick. Absolutely they can. You know, so we have to start in beginning to realize the depth of having those ancestors with us and begin to give them assignments in your life. What assignments have you assigned to your ancestors? A lot of you think, well, this brother has lost his mind. No, I haven't. You just hadn't found your mind yet. And the thing is that I assigned my ancestors things to do in my life, to watch over my grandchildren. I assign them to watch over my living brothers and sisters. I assign them to watch over brothers in my lodge and my sisters in the Eastern Star, my friends. I assign them to watch over different relatives and cousins. I have assignments for my ancestors. They're just not out floating around and doing nothing. They have an activity that they have to accomplish because I'm summoning them. I'm harvesting their energy to send out to do my bidding. This is why it's important when you pray, you know, that your words come not, you don't pray in vain, you know. You believe in the very essence of what you're putting out, that it's going to come back and it's going to have results. Most of you pray and I'm going to pray in the name of Jesus, and you leave it there. You have nothing else to add to it. You just leave it there. No, you just don't leave it there. You act upon the very thing that you asked for, the very thing that you're looking for. You act on it, you know. And this is why even the Messiah went off to pray. Even he went by himself to meditate. Even when you read the story about Hiram Abiff, he went out to meditate by himself. And this is something that we all must do. We all must take that road. So look, as always, I hope that you've gotten something out of this. My time has come, And, you know, man, it's short. But I enjoy this moment where I'm able to come to you and say, look, you have to start, yes, absolutely, speaking into manifestation. Speak that which you deserve. You know, look, wisdom and knowledge are totally two different things. They are. But once combined together, it's power. And when you understand the power that you have and within yourself, that's why them people are afraid of you. See, when they call the police on you, it's 15 to 10, 4 and 5 showing up, and it's only one on you. When you understand, they know. Brothers and sisters, they know who you are. That's why when they call 911 and they say, I got a black man, blah, 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 man, they showing up in force. That's how. Y'all don't hear me though. Look, I gotta go. I love you. God bless you. Take care of yourselves until we have this opportunity again. Whatever you do, keep that light on. And damn sure stay out them bushes. I'm out.